What up? It's Chen Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending on what time zone you're in, it's Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. And to my Wednesday morningers, congratulations, we're halfway up the mountaintop. Woo! The weekend's only 2 days away. Yes, I count down the weekend after Monday, all right? For those of you who are new to the show, I need my weekends. All right, y'all, I have a jam-packed show ready for you guys. We're going to kick it off by giving you an update on the new court date for Diddy, September the 25th. We have 4 lead stories. We're going to talk to you about Jay-Z's essay, Accuser, building a case against him. She is not done yet. A woman is unalived after dropping off her son at school. An all-girls Jamaican school has banned edges on campus. And a Ukrainian refugee is unalived in a random attack. In quick news, we're going to talk Tyler Perry, 50 Cent, Epstein, U.S. radio industry, Vanessa Bryant, Island Boys, and Apple iPhone 17 is here. As always, we're going to close out the show with comments of the day, social discussion, and question of the day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up. About to start this show. Let's go. All right, you guys, I have a follow-up from yesterday's show. Yesterday, we told you that Sean Diddy Combs will have his first in-court appearance since being found not guilty of some charges and guilty of some charges. We told you he has a new date, September the 25th at 10 a.m. The judge decided that he was going to rule and he wanted Diddy to be present. We weren't exactly sure what it was. I told you I would speak to somebody on the team and let you know. I have spoke to somebody on Diddy's team, and now we have the answers. The judge is going to be ruling on Rule 29. Rule 29 was presented at trial, but the judge never ruled on it. He's going to rule on it September the 25th. Why this is a big deal is the fact that the judge has decided he wants to rule on it with Diddy in person. Now, he knows the media attention and all of this that it's going to bring. So why would he have him come in person when he could just say, hey, I'm ruling against it, and no, you're not going to get acquitted? This is why a lot of people are speculating that Diddy is going to be free September the 25th. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of a quick definition. Rule 29 from Rule 29 for judgment of acquittal. It's a request made by the defense in a criminal trial asking the judge to acquit, find not guilty, to defendants before the case goes to a jury or after the jury has returned a guilty verdict. They asked before it handed to the jury. He didn't want to give a rule. I remember that day exactly. I came out saying the judge got Rule 29. We can know tomorrow, or we could know in a few weeks what his ruling is. Typically, they rule even before the jury gets the case. I came the next day saying no rule, no rule, no rule, and I really just gave up. And I was like, maybe I missed something. Now we find out that he's now decided to rule on Rule 29. I also asked a few questions that at the time of when they presented during the trial, they gave a bunch of reasons. And I wanted to know if, since the trial has ended, there has been a bunch of other requests. Can they also put those requests in, i.e. the latest one of the definition of the word prostitution? They would like to have it used from the definition from 1910, which means a married woman stepping out of her marriage and having SCX with somebody. That was the definition back then. It is a crazy thing to ask, but it could work. So my reply to that, the response to that question was yes. Not only the things that they presented during the trial that I heard, but they could present as much new stuff as they want for acquittal. The rumblings are there. Experts and some other people, which will remain nameless, think that Diddy is getting out September the 25th. Why would the judge call everybody back together? TMZ is going to be there. CNN is going to be there. The whole media world is going to be there. I'm going to go down there. A bunch of other content creators are going to go down there. Why would you bring everybody to court to say, thank you, everybody, for coming here. I'm ruling no, and you're going to go back to jail, and then sentencing is a week from now? Word on the street is that Diddy will be out September the 25th. I'll keep you guys posted if I hear anything else. I still have one more call. But I'm pretty sure they're going to tell me the same thing, that they feel like he is getting out. All right. So I'll keep you guys up to date on that. Let me know in the comment section below. How do you feel about all of this that's going on with Diddy? Our first lead story. Jay-Z's SA accuser says her mental health may suffer if her identity is revealed. After stepping away from her legal suit against Jay-Z, the woman behind the now dismissed claim is asking the court for something else, the right to stay hidden. According to All Hip Hop, in a recent court filing, she expressed fears that revealing her identity could trigger harassment and cause serious harm to her mental health and family life. Her psychologist backed the plea with a strong warning to the judge. Keep that in mind. I'm going to follow up on that. Her psychologist went further, adding that the risk of the relapse is high and could deeply affect her long-term stability. While Jay-Z continues to pursue a defamation case against her, she's now fighting for her autonomy. Okay, now that's the headline. Y'all know what I do. I get to the root of things and I really find out what's really going on. What is really going on is that Tony Busby and a few other people are embarrassed, ashamed, are having a hard time recovering from what Jay-Z did to them. For those of you who don't remember, Tony Busby had all this momentum, went up against Jay. Jay brought his lawyers, he brought all of these people, and this case was thrown out on a technicality of some papers and documents that weren't filed properly. That's very embarrassing. What Tony Busby now is trying to do is he is trying to put Jay-Z in jail. This is what I am hearing. And for those of you who do really think that Tony Busby is a 1-800 lawyer and, he's this little joke lawyer, I've told you guys repeatedly, do your research. Just go ahead, ask ChatGPT if you want. Tony Busby is one of the biggest lawyers in the US. Did he mess up? Yes. What I've heard that him and some other people are trying to do is they're trying to use this case of Jay-Z trying to sue Jane Doe for defamation and flip that of what he's trying to do to bring criminal charges against Jay-Z for harassment, endangerment, and some other things that I don't feel comfortable saying right now. If you guys remember, when all of this was unfolding, if I remember, I think December, January-ish, it was said that Jay-Z and Roc Nation sent 2 people to her house to question her. You remember those recordings where she was like, 2 people came to my door, etc., that were alleged investigators. I'm hearing rumblings of other things that allegedly perhaps Jay-Z and Roc Nation might be doing to seal this defamation case up so that Jay-Z could go beyond winning or beyond, already what he's doing now. He already had a victory lap. He just wants to put the nail in the coffin, let's just say. And he may be taking certain steps to do that, and it might get him in trouble. Let's just put it that way. I hope you guys could read between the lines. If you're sending an investigator to Jane Doe's house when you're not supposed to know who a Jane Doe is, there could be some legal ramifications that Tony Busby and his team are trying to exploit, and they want Jay-Z behind bars, and they're not stopping. And Tony Busby is a powerhouse lawyer that has been embarrassed. There is a huge fight going on behind closed doors. You hear it, you heard it here. They want Jay-Z in jail, and from what I've heard, they have a few things on him, and it's not looking good for Jay. Just gonna leave it like that. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. I'm gonna stop before I say too much. Let me know. Our second lead story: Chicago woman was unalived with a injury to the face after dropping off her son to the school. Okay, an injury with a GUN. The incident occurred during an altercation with her child's father and his other baby mama. And I'm going to try to read this. Y'all know because of YouTube I can't say some words, but I'm sure you guys can figure it out. A Chicago woman was unalived after dropping off her son at school. According to multiple reports, the woman got into an altercation with her child's father and the other child's mother. As a result, the incident was fatal. Police say they responded to a call regarding the incident at 9 a.m. When they arrived on the scene, they found the 31-year-old woman unalived. She was injured. She was rushed to the local hospital where she was pronounced unalive. The suspect, Holly Johnson, was taken into custody following the shooting. In a recent video, the first responders tried to save the woman. You can hear in the background saying, "I'm licensed to carry." There's no word yet on what prompted the initial reaction, but eyewitnesses claim they saw the woman being restrained by a man before the woman allegedly retrieved her GUN from her vehicle and powed. All right. Here is a video. Take a listen.
She's the one who shot her. Restraining order, but she shot her. The gun in the car. I'm licensed to carry. It doesn't matter. You shot somebody. What's with the gun in the car? She put the gun in the car. The gun is in the car. Arrest her.
All right, this story is getting a lot of attention. We posted this on our Instagram page, the Trend Out Loud Show. If you want to see the full video and the story without me having to hide words so I don't get flagged on YouTube, just go ahead. The Trend Out Loud Show. Just a sad story, you know. Like, you hear about it all the time, like the baby mama drama, the baby father drama, but to get to this point outside of the school, in front of all these kids, and for this to happen, there's just no reason for things like this to happen. It's just ridiculous. Apparently this woman is going to go to jail. The other woman is unalive. So now these kids have to grow up and have no mom there. So just a sad story. Wanted to keep you guys informed about it. Our third lead story. No edges. All-girls school in Jamaica bans edges, says curtains belong in the house. St. Andrew's High School for girls in Jamaica is facing backlash after announcing that students are no longer allowed to wear laid edges or styled baby hair on campus. In a viral Instagram post, the school declared absolutely no edges and used the graphic of a cartoon student along with the now infamous line, "Curtains belong in the house, not on foreheads." The rule, which the school says is meant to keep girls school ready, has sparked intense criticism. Detractors argue that it's not about discipline or neatness, but about suppressing Black expression and enforcing Eurocentric beauty standards on young Black girls. Founded nearly 100 years ago, St. Andrew's High School prides itself on tradition and discipline. However, many believe this new policy crosses the line. Style edges are seen as more than a passing trend. They're widely recognized as a global symbol of Black culture, pride, and creativity. I'm going to read the caption. It says, "Reminder students, please be advised that wearing edges is now officially banned on our campus. Remember, curtains belong in a house, not on your forehead. Please keep your looks neat and school ready. We appreciate your cooperation in upholding our standards of excellence as we continue honoring the legacy and inspiring the future." Okay, so let me give you guys a little context. As you know, I am Jamaican. Both my parents are Jamaican. So what I did right away was call my mom. So I sent her the article that we posted on the Trend Out Loud Show. And I said, "Mom, what do you think? This is absolutely ridiculous. This is crazy. Why are they worrying about things like this? You know how much crime is going on in Jamaica? You know how much poverty is going on in Jamaica? Why would they be worrying about girls in their hair?" Like, she went off. I was so mad. I should have recorded it. Y'all would have been cracking up. Like, she went off for like 2 or 3 minutes, but she's like, "Yeah, the government, the government." And I was like, "Mom, 1 second. Whoa, time out. This is not the government making this decision." But she goes, "Yeah, but the school, it's not privately owned. It's owned by the government." And I was like, "Okay, but just 1 second. Let's just say let's just focus on the school and not focus on the government. I don't know if you all, and you know, anybody out there knows a Jamaican, but the minute you say anything about Jamaica, they'll talk about the government in 2 seconds. But I said, Mom, just think about it as the principal or the dean making this decision, okay? What do you think about the rule just on this campus, not the whole of Jamaica? She's like, I still disagree with it. I still feel it's wrong, etc. Now, my mom obviously has been modernized a little, but then I reminded her of 2 things. I said, back in the day when you were growing up, your school didn't allow dreads. And when I was younger, you didn't like me having designs in my hair. You didn't like my hair long. Like whatever styles I wanted to have, you always wanted to keep me clean cut. And it all stems from that old school Jamaican philosophy. What I wanted to explain to you guys, and I know that where this is coming from, is Jamaicans and West Indians want to try to prepare their kids for abroad. And if you dig a little deeper down, they want to make sure they're clean cut and not look overly cultured. Let's put it that way. There's a content creator that put out a video. It's up on my Instagram page. I'm really not trying to promote the Instagram page that much, but we have put a lot of content out. So go there and check it out. But he was going on to say that, like, in the U.S., black hair and black culture is more widely accepted because black people are more united and they're more in like some elevated positions. So you can have braids and dreads and all of these stuff in ways because it's not discriminatory, which is not true. But then he brought it back to Jamaica, where there was a lot of like kind of like interracial racism and discrimination, and they want the kids to look as clean, and that's why the article said as Eurocentric as possible, so they're not showing out their blackness because they want them to be able to get a job in the bank, for example. And this is really what this comes from. So I like that my mom has been more modernized, and she's like, I think this is ridiculous. But, you know, when I reminded her how most schools in Jamaica are, I think it kind of like, you know, because she was like, yeah, but you know what, it's, you know, back in the day, dreads were only seen as like a Rastafarianism thing, and the, you know, it was dirty and this or whatever, and it made sense to her then. But she's saying we have to be more modernized now, but just not every Jamaican, you know, has evolved, and that's where this is coming from, right? It's that old school mentality of, don't grow out your hair, don't have an afro, don't have locks, don't look too black so that you can be accepted in society. It's 2025. I understand the roots of it, but like my mom, I totally disagree with it. Y'all can see I grow out my hair. I have braids. I have no problem with, you know, girls having edges, etc. I love to show off my blackness and my black culture. A lot of backlash the school is getting. Let me know in the comment section below. Hopefully we have, and I'm pretty sure we do have a broader range. I would like to hear from some of the older people and some of the middle age and some of the younger, and see what they weigh in on this. Is literally like an international viral story about what's going on. All right. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our fourth lead story. Ukrainian refugee fatally unalived in random attack by repeat criminal offender. A now viral surveillance video has revealed a horrifying moment when a young Ukrainian refugee was unalived in a random attack on a Charlotte train, light rail train. All right. I'm sure most of you may have heard this by now. I'm just going to go straight to the video, and then I'll give you a little bit more details. Really what I want to talk about is how politicians are using this. Take a look at the video and we'll talk about it on the other side.
The man accused in the killing, DeCarlos Brown, is in the red hoodie. Irina Zarutska boards. She's wearing a hat and a t-shirt from a pizzeria, and she sits in the row in front of Brown. Seconds later, he would stand up, and from behind, unprovoked, as we stop the video, he would stab the young woman several times.
Okay, so just to summarize quickly, the victim was 23 years old. The gentleman who did the unaliving was 34 years old. The victim was a refugee from Ukraine. She's innocent, working at a pizza parlor, just getting on the train randomly. The 37-year-old repeat criminal, I think 14 offenses. He just got let out of jail 6 months ago. Did this for absolutely no reason. And he has severe mental health issues. I think it's known that he's like schizophrenic, etc. Okay. Why I wanted to talk about this is I hear on both sides, like CNN and on Fox News, that this has now been politicized. Donald Trump is using this as a way to as a reason to bring in the National Guard into these cities, go against Democratic led cities by Democratic mayors that need, intervention. They need the National Guard. They need Donald Trump. Then Fox News will say, this is the radical left. This is them, letting all of these laws, cashless bail and this, etc. And the thing that bothers me about this story is that nobody is denying that this man has mental health issues. Like, no, it doesn't matter how you cover it. They're not like, oh, they're saying that they're like, he's cray, like it's known. And as you guys know, I'm a huge mental health advocate, and I just don't feel like we should be taking a mental health issue and trying to politicize it. I feel it's severely unfair to the people that need help. I'm not condoning, I'm not saying anything is right, I'm not saying whatever, but if you know that somebody has mental health issues, I think it should stop there. And if the conversation gets political, is the conversation should be, how do we help our people that have mental health issues? The conversation should just be that alone. How could we do better? Not we need to bring in the National Guard for crime, for this or for whatever, blah, blah, blah. If you want to talk about crime with normal people, that's another thing. If you know the man has mental health issues, why are we talking about crime that people that don't have mental health issues are doing? This is the thing that bothers me. So I wanted to bring it here. This could actually be a social discussion, but y'all comment below what you think about not necessarily the story. Everybody can agree that it's a sad story, horrific story. Of course, the guy should go to jail forever. We get all of that. What I am saying is the people behind the scenes, what should they be talking about when something like this that's a clear-cut mental health issue? What should the conversation be? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. Tyler Perry's sexual assault accuser speaks out about alleged harassment. The actor who appeared on Tyler Perry's TV series The Oval has publicly detailed his SA and harassment allegations against Perry in an interview with ABC News. Dixon recounts an incident in January 2020 when he claims Perry invited him to his Atlanta home. After consuming some drinks, Dixon says he fell asleep in the guest room only to wake up to Perry climbing in the bed with him and allegedly rubbing his leg. Dixon asserted he rejected Perry's advancement and left the situation feeling his some things were violated. All right. As reported, Dixon filed a lawsuit against Perry and Tyler Perry Studios in June, accusing them of quid pro quo and workplace harassment, as well as SA and battery. He is seeking $260 million in damages. Perry's representatives has dismissed the lawsuit as a scam. The full interview with Dixon will appear tonight, depending on when you're seeing this, but it will appear Tuesday, September the 9th on NBC Live. All right, so as I am recording this now, it hasn't aired, but I have a little snippet to play for you guys. Take a listen.
Can you explain that first alleged incident?
I got into bed and then I noticed that he climbed into bed with me as well and started rubbing my leg. And I jumped up out of bed.
All right, so I'm sure we'll talk about this more tomorrow when the full interview is aired. Weigh in. We have definitely covered this I remember I read you guys text messages and a little bit of the case. I'm still on the fence about all of this. The text messages did seem a little pushy, I would say, and a little bit kind of like uncomfortable. But for me, myself, I don't know if I have a stance yet on this situation with Tyler Perry and Dixon. We'll see what else comes out tomorrow. For now, you guys fill in on the information that we have. Are you thinking that you're on Dixon's side or Tyler Perry's? Weigh in below. Our second quick story. 50 Cent turns paid in full into TV series. Dame Dash blasts Cameron for joining as executive producer. All right, so y'all know the cult classic Paid in Full. 50 Cent posted this on his Instagram and said, I now have the rights to Paid in Full. I'm developing it into a premium TV show. If you like Godfather of Harlem, you're going to love this. Cameron is set to executive produce alongside me. If you want to get in on it, get at him. I'm out the country. Cameron replied and said, so we've been talking about this for a few months now, and it's almost time. Thanks, 50 Cent, for the opportunity. We are going to do a bunch of ish with this. We're going to do big ish with this. Now, as you guys know, Cameron and Dame Dash are beefing, and 50 Cent and Dame Dash are beefing, and Dame Dash just filed for bankruptcy like 2 days ago. Ironic that after the bankruptcy, 50 Cent puts this out, right? The king of all trollers. At the end of the day, as I'm happy that the movie's rights and now turning into a TV series as at least in good hands because it is a classic. And 50 Cent has done amazing things in TV. So I'm happy it's with 50 and not somebody else. That's one thing. And it's more for me, Dame Dash's reply that I'm going to play for you in a second, which is just like, bro, we know 50 Cent is trolling and Cameron is trolling for sure. But that they both go back and forth. But listen to what Dame has to say.
Cam just made a post, major announcement. I want to congratulate him for making 50 his new boss. So congratulations, Cam. 50 is now your new boss, and you're proud of it.
Like, can't you come up with a better troll reply? Like, 50 Cent's going to be your boss. Bro, he's an executive producer. You're acting as if like 50 hired Cameron to be like, I don't know, like the mic guy or something, or give him like a small part in it. He's an executive producer. Cam is a boss on the show. You know what I mean? Like, that's a glow up. Well, sorry, it's not a glow up, but it's still, it's a direct line hiring. You know what I mean? So anyways, not looking good for Dame out here. And these kind of like replies of like, boss, it's just not making you look any better, Dame. So tighten up, bruh. Our third quick story. Jay-Z is reportedly set to drop music that is going to shake up the music industry again. Jay-Z is reportedly set to drop music, and according to music producer Cash Cobain and a few other producers, Jay-Z will be releasing music that will shake people up. Okay, you know that we've been talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce and them remortgaging their house. I've told you a bunch of stuff about Rock Nation and lawsuits and them losing money. This, to me, is not so much about the music, and big Jay-Z fan, would be happy to get a new Jay-Z album. But Jay's position of being a billionaire and the other things that he's doing, him coming back to music at this time now, to me personally, doesn't feel like I'm doing this for the love of the game. I'm doing this for the love of the culture. Because Jay-Z coming out and putting out an album gets him liquid cash. He can go on tour and get liquid cash. He could be a billionaire all he wants, but your assets could be tied up. There could be a lot of things that's going on behind the scenes of a billionaire that you could be a billionaire but be cash poor. You know what I mean? You could have $0 to your name. So this smells like, to me, more like, well, we know that Jay-Z and Beyonce need cash. They remortgaged their house for $50 million. We know that. We know that Beyonce has put out 2 albums. She keeps on going on tour. She's bringing in cash money. We still don't know what it's for. Some people are saying court cases. You know what I just told you before that Jay-Z is doing? There's a lot of things are going on behind the background. Lawyers paying people off in civil suits. You need cash, right? So you might not want to take out money out the stock market or sell a building or liquefy in an asset that you feel is growing, and you might be strapped up and you need to pay somebody off 50 million or 10 or 100 million in a civil suit. I don't know, allegedly. So you might be like, yo, I got to go back on the road and get some cash money. That's what it feels like to me. Y'all weigh in the comment section below and let me know if you think I'm off. Our fourth quick story. Oversight Committee releases Epstein's birthday book, Trump's Card Makes Sense Now. All right, I think I told you guys about this yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I showed you the actual drawing and the card. Yes, it was yesterday, where he drew a woman's body on this birthday card, and people are like, seems a little bit weird. Well, I will play here while I'm talking some other birthday. Well, first of all, let's talk about the cover. You see how the cover is? And then look at the other birthday cards or the other birthday pages that are in the book. And now you see Trump's. Does it make a little bit more sense now? And here's a video, I'll play it beside me, of the other pages that were in the book. I know it's playing very fast, but that's the video. I'll maybe try to slow it down, but it's a collective book of all of these things. So it does fit in right now. Trump is still denying it. He's still suing the Washington Post. Yesterday, I heard 10 billion. Now, apparently, it's 20 billion. He's saying this is not him at all. I did hear a theory from somebody that I don't know how much I believe, that they actually think that this is actually fake. It's not really Donald Trump's signature, and it's really not Donald Trump who put this letter in. And they're going to come out in a few days and prove that it was fake, and then everyone's going to believe Trump. The caveat is they feel like Trump's party was the one, or Trump's team was the one who put this letter out themselves, so that in 2 days they could say, we proved that it was fake. We proved that it was a Democrat, so that Trump looks good. And now when the future things that come out from the Epstein files, they can continue and say, this is fake, this is fake. We showed you this letter before. We're suing the Washington Post. We knew that it was fake all along. And the other things that are coming out was fake. You could plant something that's fake, show that it's fake, and then you make yourself look good. That's just a theory. I don't know. To me, I think that's a stretch. And I think maybe that this was actually part of the files that we finally got from the Epstein estate. And I think we'll see more. And I don't think they'll be able to prove that this was fake. I don't think the Washington Post would post this without their due diligence. That's just what I believe. Y'all let me know in the comment section below. Our fifth quick story. Rory says that U.S. radio is about to get hit with a RICO for payola and pay-for-play schemes. I'll read you another quick article. Sources within the federal government are allegedly investigating radio stations for money laundering, illegal racketeering, fraud, and payola, among other illegal activities. RICO charges are coming soon. Get your popcorn. Get your popcorn. Now, if you guys see the picture there that's blurred out, you could tell that that's Power 105 in New York, and you could tell that's Charlemagne. So just leave it at that. Y'all know I'm Team Charlemagne. You're not going to get me to talk about Char, all right? That's the homie. I will play Rory from Romeo. Shout out to Rory. And I will let you guys know. I have talked to you guys about this 2 or 3 times this past week. Listen to Rory quickly.
I think there is a very, very big lawsuit coming within the music industry and radio specifically.
All right. I told you guys in Turkey, the offices were raided. The Spotify offices were raided because artists out there were saying that they were taking money from artists in Turkey to be on top of their playlist. Same thing apparently is supposed to be happening here in the US. I also told you guys about Kendrick Lamar. On Spotify, Kendrick Lamar went from having 1.7 billion listeners or streams, I think it was, to 700, meaning he lost 1 billion. There was 10 other artists there, and those other artists didn't lose more than, let's say, like 1 million or 2 million. Kendrick lost 1 billion. This also goes back to Drake's lawsuit for against Universal and Spotify. Things are going on in the background in the music industry and the radio industry. And I'm not saying it's going to be as big as Diddy, but it's going to be huge from what I'm hearing. When the federal government gets involved and there's RICO, when you hear that word RICO, big things are going on. You're talking about billions and billions of dollars. Big corporate things are going on. And this is not civil. This is criminal. It is federal. It's RICO. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know why they're using Charlamagne's picture. I don't know what's going on. But I know enough to know that there's a lot of things that are going on, all right? I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. Our sixth quick story. Vanessa Bryant shuts down pregnancy rumors again. 24 years later, same rumor. Vanessa Bryant is begging the public to come up with a new rumor about her. The widow of the late Kobe Bryant shared a picture enjoying a honeydew cocktail, the signature drink of the U.S. Open. To shut down growing speculation that she's pregnant, Vanessa captioned in her post, "Keep me posted on how the imaginary pregnancy rumors are coming along." 24 years later, same rumor. Basically, Vanessa is sipping, not expecting. All right, here is her actual post. This whole week, I've been seeing this honey deuce, which is the official drink. I've seen everybody all the time with it. I want to try one. Anyways, here she is. Again, I already read it to you, enjoying her honey deuce. I told you guys from this started 3 or 4 months ago. There's no way that Vanessa Bryant's getting pregnant. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I know everything about Kobe Bryant's life. I know Vanessa Bryant. Kobe is one of not only just my favorite athletes, but one of my favorite people. I'm not here to say if she's dating or not dating or whatever. That's not the conversation. But I would be shocked out of my mind if Vanessa Bryant would ever get pregnant ever again after she lost her husband. Y'all weigh in the comment section below. Our seventh quick story. The Island Boys reveal they were making $1.5 million a month from kissing each other on OF, on OnlyFans. These are some of the times that I hate my job. Let's just listen to the video. Take a listen.
You guys still do OnlyFans? How long have you guys been on OnlyFans?
No, we don't do OnlyFans anymore.
Y'all were on there for a little bit, right?
We were on there for 8 months, something like that. They got banned.
Why did it get banned?
The feds came to OnlyFans and said, it's either you're going to have these two twins racking up millions of dollars, or your multi-billion-dollar company is going to be took down because we kissed each other and they had a problem. I'm going to tell you this right now. I was making $1.5 million a month.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Just for kissing each other?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
These guys are such losers. I actually really liked their song. I wish I could play it, but I can't for copyright reasons. Do you remember the song? I'm an island boy. It was actually a catchy song. It was horrible, but it was catchy. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they got a record deal or they got signed or something. I wish they would have continued it because I think they could have actually made something. But they got so caught up in the social media, they got so caught up in the height of fame that they thought they could be bigger than the song. And this is a result. Did they end up making money? Okay, fine. But look what you had to do to get there. Gross. Our eighth quick story. A woman-only nightclub closes down after the first night of operation because no bottles or sections were sold. Okay, I was actually going to bring this to social discussion, but then I found another social discussion that was so much better. But this is kind of social discussion. Okay, you can see the picture here with these women sitting here. Asterisks before I go on. I don't know if this story is true. I tried to look it up on ChatGPT and online, and I don't know if somebody's just posting this to post this or whatever, but an all-female club made headlines after it abruptly closed its doors just after one night of opening, leaving many people surprised at how quickly the concept fell apart. The venue had promised a unique atmosphere centering around women with music, energy, and a space free from the typical nightlife dynamic found in the traditional nightclubs. On its opening night, the turnaround was strong. The energy inside the room was electric. Yet, despite the buzz, there was one critical issue that sealed the fate almost instantaneously. No one bought a single bottle of liquor. Most nightclubs, make all their money. Like I said, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Most of the nightclubs make all their money on bottles, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so industry insiders point to an all-female concept, completely shifting from traditional norms balance that keeps the nightlife venue afloat. Most clubs thrive on a dynamic when men are purchasing drinks and bottles, often to impress women, and that spending is what fuels the party. So, I wanted to, like I said, originally I just wanted to bring this into social discussion, and I want to know something from the women out there. Are you guys going to the clubs to have fun, dance, or are you going to meet guys, be around guys, and get drinks? Because you would think that something like this would work. Again, I don't know if I 100% believe this story. Even the picture looks a little weird. And also from a business standpoint, if you invest and open a club, you wouldn't shut it down after the first night if this happened. It would be more like after a couple of months you can't make it. You don't close after one night. But again, for the sake of discussion, would something like this work? Because a lot of women are always like, men are obnoxious. They're bothering me. I just want to be with my girls. I just want to have that. Like, would you want to go to a club with all girls and no guys there? Let's just also mention the fact, heterosexual women, I'm asking this. I know people that are from the LGBT community would love to have that. But I'm saying heterosexual women, would you be interested in going to a club like this? I'm not too sure. I really feel like there are some women that would like it. I feel like there are some girls that are like, I just want to go with my girls. I want to hear some music and dance, and I don't want to be bothered by men. So I'm asking you guys what you think in a really social discussion. But let me know what you guys think about this. Women, sound off in comments. And dudes, I guess, weigh in too. Do you think that women want this, or do you feel like they like guys being around, like guys' attention, even looking at them, etc.? Weigh off in the comment section below. Our 9th quick story. Body found in hood of multi-platinum singer David's Tesla. An abandoned Tesla owned by singer David was towed to an impound lot in Hollywood, where authorities later discovered a decomposed body in the vehicle's trunk. He has a show tonight in Minneapolis. If he cancels the show, we will let you know. Story still developing. All right, so this is, like I said, it's a little bit of a breaking story. Here is a video from the news. Take a listen.
Again, with that breaking news, details after a body was found inside a car at a Hollywood tow lot today. There's no immediate information about the identity of the person found inside, but Eyewitness News has learned the 2023 Tesla is registered in Hempstead, Texas, to multi-platinum artist and musician David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David.
All right, I went to David's Instagram. His Instagram is open. It's not locked up. Comment section is open. Like I said, he has a show tonight. We'll see if the cops arrest him or whatever. There's no more news than that. When stories like this come out, it could be where, he owned the car, but then he had it at someone's garage and somebody took it. Like, we don't know what's going on. This is literally just breaking news. Any fans of David, weigh in on this. Apparently, he was just on Jimmy Fallon a couple of days ago. So rising R&B star could be at the center of a huge scandal. As always, we'll keep you guys up to date. Our 10th quick story. The Apple iPhone Pro is here. Are y'all excited for the new iPhone Pro? Here is some pictures of how it looks. I can't lie, it looks pretty good. The iPhone 16e is $559 now. The basic iPhone 17 is $799. The iPhone Air is $99, and then the iPhone 17 Pro is $199. These are all US dollars. Sorry, I was a little bit stuck there because what are these names? The iPhone 17 and then the iPhone Air and then the iPhone 17 Pro. I think the iPhone Air is the version of like an iPad Air, and I think it's probably like the thinnest iPhone they're ever putting out. or they have yet to put out. Anyways, normally you guys know I'm super excited about Apple products. I am kind of a little excited about this iPhone. I can't lie, because the fact that the camera now is going to be different in the back, and I like to show off that I got the new iPhone, and I like when they don't change the body, because you don't know if I have a 14, 15, or 16 because they're all the same. But now you'll know I don't have a 17 because the back is different. See here, the square now is going to be here. So I don't know if I can hold out. I don't normally like getting the first generation of something, because I don't want to look like I'm too trying to be hype, but definitely by next year I'll get it, because you can't go on for years and years and not have like that new square, but maybe that's just me. I don't have to. I feel when you run out and get it, you look way too much like a hype BC, like way too much like you're trying to show off too badly. It's time sensitive, you know what I mean? Like it's like showing up to a party. There's a perfect time to show up. So not like September, October, November. Like, we don't need to rush. We're cool in our own skin. We don't need to rush, but eventually we need to get the new casing so you know that we have the new ish. That's just me. Way out in the comment section below. Let me know what y'all think, man. All right, y'all. We have come to comments and social discussion of the day. Before I get to that, y'all know I have two things to remind you of. First one is, make sure you guys get the new Trent Out Loud show membership on our YouTube page. Just go over to memberships, sign up. With the Out Louder membership, you get loyalty badges, emojis, member-only live stream, member-only video, early access to new videos, and member shoutouts. And in 30 days, we are going to be starting a new series. We don't know the title yet, but it's either going to be Ask Trent's Advice, Trent, what am I doing wrong? Ask Trent to fix it. What does Trent think? Or Run It by Trent. Way off, though. Way off. Sound off in the comment section below. What should be the name of our new segment, Ask Trent? And make sure you sign up for at least minimum the Out Louder membership. There's other levels. If y'all want to treat me to lunch or treat me to dinner or whatever, there's some fun things out there. But at least get the basic Out Louder membership so that you could join in on our new segments, and of course also have early access to videos and live streams. All right. My second thing that I would like to know is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Well, let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are. If you are not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform, just go to my sponsor below, Aura.com/Trent Out Loud to get your 14-day free trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent and make billions of dollars selling it to scammers, marketers, and even stalkers. That's why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my friends, families, and How Louders. I love y'all, man. Aura takes care of the hard part for you, automatically removing your information off of these sites and keeping it off. And when I say your information, I mean like social security number, credit card, phone number, email. If you shop online or do anything online with your information, these little worms in the back take your information and sell it into the dark web, and Aura could take these off, okay, in layman terms. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for credit card or banking information if it's ever leaked or found out online. You get a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they also have US-based customer service round the clock. And they also offer a $5 million identity theft insurance package. If anything does go wrong, you are protected up to $5 million. So link below, QR code beside me. Take out your phone, follow that link. It's free. It's free. I'm not here to sell you nothing. It's free for 14 days. If you don't like it, don't keep it. All right. But you should keep it because you want to be safe. For those of you who've never heard of Aura, they used to be the jersey logo for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yes, Aura has teamed up and worked with the NBA. For me, that is a good solidification that they are the #1 digital protection company on the internet. All right, I'm very excited to get to comments. Very excited to get comments. I was going to say, I won't lie. I was going to say I'm very excited to get to social discussion because I think we have a really good one. But I am also excited to get to these comments because Alicia. Hi, Trent. This is Alicia. I do watch every episode, still in my recovery of my hip surgery. Loving your show as always. Big up yourself from Jamaica, living in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm so happy I heard this. Bah, 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 bah. I'm so happy you're doing well. So happy that you're recovering. And I hope that getting this shout out from the show makes you feel a little bit more positive and better during your recovery. All right. Thank you so much for that comment. And the next comment that I want to read out is from Rachel. Rachel says, I hope it's a new trial because the last one should have been thrown out for all the rules being broken. Rachel's talking about the Diddy trial, like how we started off talking today. And we told you guys yesterday that he's allegedly supposed to be let free September the 25th. The judge is calling everybody back. It also could be for a new trial. It could be like, all right, you want a new trial? You get a new trial. I respect Rachel's opinion. You can have whatever you want. But I think after hearing and seeing everything, especially the evidence or the lack thereof, I think a new trial would just be redundant and we would come to the same conclusion. That's what I think. I don't think the federal government has anything left in their bag. They didn't hold back. I was there every day. And that's why Maureen Comey was fired. I think she did a great job as a prosecutor, brilliant woman. I just think the evidence was not there. And they got very excited with all the civil lawsuits and the hearsay and blah, blah, blah. You cannot bring hearsay and lip service into a federal court. You actually need evidence. So that is that. Okay. Thank you very much for those comments. And let me get to today's social discussion. I literally just found this last minute. Listen to this. Somebody posted, I'm not even going to pronounce the name, but they said, men are the true lovers. They love a woman for who she is, not for what she has. Can't say the same for my gender. Okay, let's break this down, okay? Men are the true lovers. They love a woman for who she is, not what she has. Now, she's basically saying that women look for men that have things. Now, she's obviously talking about money or, houses or cars or what, companies or whatever. Now, while yes, there are, I think, some women that may be looking for the wrong reasons, I do think there is a reason why women will look for things and men will love a woman for who she is. Let me talk first about a man. A man who's like an alpha man and a providing man will, yes, look at a woman for who she is because he doesn't feel like he needs her to provide anything other than her love and her womanness. It's hard to explain the beauty of a woman and what she could give a man. And I've tried to explain it. Actually, I'm trying to write a book on it to be honest with you. But you guys hear me talk about all the time, like how much I love women and how much I'm enamored by women and just females, just in general, female lions, female anything. I told you guys a story about some ducks that were in my pool, and I was trying to get them out for 2 days, and the mom was attacking me. I was so scared. But so I'll make sure who a woman is so beneficial to a man because you need that female energy, which is inexplicable. And that is rooted in who she is. So that is why we search for who a woman is. Now, on the flip side, I think, again, also too, a woman is looking for who a man is, but why she might be looking for some things that he has is because I think things that a man has, it's almost like proof that he can provide and that he can be the man he says he is. A lot of men will go out and be like, yo, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Yo, I'm a hustler. I could work hard. I'm going to do that. But what do you have? Like, I think some women, we're generalizing here, but I think some women might want to look for proof of concept. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be a mansion. It doesn't have to be 10 cars. But it's like, oh, you have a house. Okay, cool. You have a car. Okay, you have some investments. Okay, you have this. I need to make sure that the man that I'm going to fall in love with, the man who I'm going to want, that I want to be the father of my children, is not just giving me lip service as a protection, as a protector and a provider. So that's why I don't think it's bad for a woman to look for what a man has, because I think that's proof of concept of what he has. A woman doesn't necessarily have to have any material things to be what a man is looking for. Whew! Yo, I think that might be my best social discussion commentary yet. That was a bar. Like, rewind that. Like, I just hit the nail on the head. Like, like, that was good. That was very well explained. Let me know in the comment section below if that was good. Even if you disagree with it, I think I just got my point across really well. But I also want to know if you agree with it. I'm going to really be looking in the comment section for this. I think it's so good to have this discussion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, y'all. This brings us to a question of the day. If you found $50,000 in cash at your job, are you keeping it or are you turning it in? All right, somebody said, I'm turning it in. I'm not into things that aren't mine. That includes people and property. Next person says, since I'm working from home, yes. Another person said, like in the drawer or outside in the dumpster. That's true. Good point. Somebody said, turn down for what? People put emojis of somebody running. Depends on where the money was. Like alone in the parking lot, okay, maybe. In the building, that's a setup and I'll pass. Another person said, how do you find money at a business you don't own? Woo, good thing. Somebody said, on the street, what money? At work, I'm turning that ish in. It's a setup. Another person said, what money? Another person said, I once worked at a job where I found 10K every day. Okay. I need more information to make a proper decision. Somebody said, what money? Somebody said, yes, I'm the boss. Somebody said, silly question. Oh, this is funny. Somebody said, what $50,000? Funny. Okay. I actually thought that was going to be funnier because I thought it was if you found 100,000 and the joke was what 50,000. Get it? That he kept 50 and he was like, hey, I found 50. Anyways, my mistake. My answer to this is I don't want any money that I found nowhere. That's just me. I don't want that. I don't want bad karma. I don't play the lotto. Like, I don't want to win money, find money, anything. Like, I don't want it. I don't have no part of it. People get on me at this all the time. I don't want to lose or I don't want to gain. When I'm at a restaurant, I check the bill for things. People think I'm doing it to be cheap. No, I'm doing it to make sure that no mistake was made on your end or my end. So for example, if I check the bill and I find like you didn't charge me for 2 drinks, I'm like, excuse me, can you charge me for my 2 drinks because it's not on here? And vice versa. If you overcharge, I'm like, yo, you charged me for 6 drinks. I only had 4. I remember the time where I was buying my mom her car and they didn't charge me the winter tires. And it was like 2 G's. I was like, yo, can you charge these winter tires, please? And they're like, wow, people wouldn't say that. No, they said people would not normally have said that. I was like, listen, that's my mom that's going to be in there. I don't want no bad karma on my mom's winter tires. No, you charged me for that. So I know that I have like good juju around me. All right. I want to be all positive. That's just me. Also, how I look at money is not just like, first of all, money is not even real. Like, but I could have a whole conversation about that. Money is not actually a real thing. And the reason why I also don't want to win money or I don't want to win the lottery is that like, I don't want to win $100 million because what do you say to that? Like you won $100 million. Like, I don't want to have a house and be like, how'd you get that? Well, I won it. I want to have a big house and like, how'd you get that? Well, I started selling clothes out of the trunk of my car and I grew that to a sneaker boutique that had over $100 million in sales and was a national brand. And a result of my hard work and my dedication, I was able to buy this beautiful house and these cars. You see what I'm saying? Like I was able to write books and tour and speak about what I did. Or who knows in the future, how big this show gets. I started a YouTube channel. I got 10 views on every episode for like a year. I went viral when Diddy got arrested, and I grew that into this platform and this media company and this media brand. And now I have this boat and yacht or plane or whatever. So you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not about the money. It's about the story and about the journey. When you're old, Steve Jobs said that before he passed away. Like, he's like, spend time on things that don't cost money. It's the journey. Kobe Bryant says that too. It's not the destination, it's the journey. When you win, a golfer just said that. He's like, it's not winning the US Open, because after you win, you celebrate and you're like, what's left? It's like your wife, your children, like that. It's the journey. It's the stories that are important. So I know I'm going off like a little bit on a tangent, but yeah, money, like, it means nothing to me. It's not even real. I know we need it. Of course we need it to get by, but no, I want to earn my money. I want to make it, and I want to have a story attached to the material things that I have. Sound off below and let me know what you guys would do if you found not yours, but if you found $50,000. All right, y'all, that is it. I told you all we had a jam-packed show. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for kicking it with me. Before I let you go, a couple of things to remind you. Do not forget to sign up for the Out Louder membership on our YouTube channel. I already told you earlier the benefits: early access to videos, member-only live stream. You want to be a member of the Out Loud community, all right? So make sure that you get your memberships. We are going to start doing exclusive shows just for y'all. Also, don't forget to sign up to Aura. Here is the QR code right beside me. Don't forget to sign up for your free 14-day trial. If you've ever wondered if any of your information, social security number, credit card, anything is out there, Aura could find it for you and take it off free for 14 days. Also, just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud show. If you enjoy listening to it on podcasts, we're available on all podcast platforms. Just go to any site, type in Trent Out Loud. The show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow or subscribe button. If you're like me and like video, check us out on YouTube. My favorite way to digest the show. 5 things I'm going to need you to do when you go over to YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button. Please comment. I do this show alone, but it is really with you when it ends, because I need you guys to comment and answer some of the questions that I'm asking, or I'm literally just here talking by myself and I don't want to look crazy. All right. So try to comment. If you don't want to join in on the conversation, that's totally understandable. But at least comment and let me know where you are listening from. I love that this podcast is global, and I love to see which country or city you are watching from. 4th, if you're really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones, because it helps in growing the channel. And 5th, like I told you already, join the Out Loud membership. We are trying to build a community over here, and I think there's going to be fun things ahead, so make sure y'all sign up. For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms. That's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. Talking about Instagram, we also have a Instagram page called The Trent Out Loud Show, where we post all the stories that we were talking about before the show, after the show, clips of shows that you may have missed. It's very, very active, working very, very hard on it. So make sure you follow both Trent Out Loud and The Trent Out Loud Show on IG. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the show. Made you smile, made you laugh, and also made you think. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Peace! Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace!